Assessment has been defined by some as a 10-letter word describing a process which sometimes causes practitioners to use an interesting variety of 4-letter words. In reality, however, career services practitioners are being required to offer clear evidence regarding the learning that we facilitate, the differences that we make for students, and that the work we do reflects a sufficient return on the investments made by key stakeholders. It's about accountability, which is telling the story of our work as professional educators. There are 3 critical factors to consider for demonstrating that accountability to stakeholders. These include transparency, continuous improvement focus, and evidence-based decision-making. With regard to transparency, Rich Keeling suggests that transparency is explaining the work that we do and the specific differences that it makes in ways that people who aren't us or our professional colleagues will both understand and value. How we tell the story then is to document our experiences, to show what we did and what we accomplished, and still what we yet need to do. With regard to continuous improvement, Marilee Bresciani offers some key questions for continuous improvement. And these include, what are we doing and why? What is our program supposed to accomplish? How well are we doing it? How do we know? How do we use that information then to make improvements and to celebrate successes? And do the improvements that we make work? And finally, with regard to evidence-based decision-making, there are 2 key questions that might be considered for meeting accountability expectations. The first is, how well are we using assessment data to influence our decisions? And finally, how well can we demonstrate that to others? Assessment then is a professional responsibility. We must create and promote a culture of evidence-based decision-making to respond to increasing stakeholder demands for both information and accountability. If you agree with me that career services practitioners best understand what can and should be the results of their services and programs, would you not also agree with me that those same practitioners are in the best position to determine the metrics and strategies for determining what success for achieving desired outcomes looks like? In the end, that's what distinguishes us as professional educators from merely service providers.